chatbot with its own unique personality, mannerisms, and backstory.
And you'll be able to interact with them, and eventually they're going to be embodied as avatars and live and be able to interact with them in the metaverse too.
What is good, guys? Welcome to my channel. So in today's video, we are doing a video essay on The Truman Show. This has been out for years and it's so relevant in today that we're in. So it's basically about a salesman who is living his whole life in a TV show and is unaware of the fact that, you know, everybody around him is fake. Like, they're all actors. His mother, his father, all the family members, his wife, everybody's a paid actor. So he's been on the show for 35 years. And all of a sudden he's starting to figure out, like, am I? And then he discovers that he's been living in this fabricated world and he just wants to get out as soon as possible. So Christof created a world called Sea Haven, and he created it for the Truman Show. And you know how Truman kind of came to life is he's an unwanted pregnancy. So there were 5 babies that were to be selected. So they've been studying them since they were in the womb, and Truman wanted to join the show. So he was adopted by a corporate organization, which is Christof, the creator of The Truman Show.
While the world he inhabits is in some respects counterfeit, there's nothing fake about Truman himself.
So the show starts with Christof saying there's nothing fake, you know, it's genuine, it's life, which is all a lie. And Christof represents the media we have today. We can relate this to the Metaverse. Apple released their own VR glasses this year.
A mixed reality headset.
And it's basically you put on these glasses and you're in kind of like your own world. Obviously, this world is fabricated and they're telling us, you know, like the marketing is to get us to see that, oh, this is kind of fun, kind of in my own place. Specifically, like if you're a loner and have no friends, you can kind of go to your own world, probably create your own friends at this point.
So yeah, the long-term value is that things are moving fast, technology is converging.
Now we have like this, I saw this weird TikTok which made me go into Instagram. They have like celebrities, in form of AI. So the AI has a personality of the celebrity. I think the one that I saw is Kendall Jenner.
Let me just say that I think that AI can be very cool and useful, but at the same time, it is rather creepy. And I was just mindlessly scrolling through my Instagram today, and this popped up on my Instagram. I was like, wait, hold up. Why is Kendall Jenner calling herself Billy? And why is she asking me to message her for advice? Then I went to her profile, saw this. So this is an AI managed by Meta, and it looks like Kendall Jenner. It sounds like Kendall Jenner. Bio says your local ride or die NYC, message me to get started. And then they posted a reel, which is how I found this page. And I was like, what the hell is going on? I'm going to play it for you now.
Hey guys, it's Billy. I just want to introduce myself. I am here to chat whenever you want. Message me for any advice. I am ready to talk and I hope to talk to you soon.
We are in such a weird dystopian era right now.
Virtual chatbot with its own unique personality, mannerisms, and backstory.
And you'll be able to interact with them, and eventually they're going to be embodied as avatars and live and be able to interact with them in the metaverse too.
And they have like different celebrities now, which is basically I can speak to an AI person, but the characteristics of that person is that of a celebrity. So celebrities basically sell their own character. Like, it's kind of weird because it's not real. Like, it's fabricated to believe that it's real, but we know it's not real. But when we start getting into it, it's gonna become like a lifestyle. So we're gonna end up living a fabricated life if we don't snap out of it.
Well, for me, there is no difference between a private life and a public life.
It's all true. It's all real. Nothing here is fake. Nothing you see on this show is fake. It's merely controlled.
It says real, just controlled, which is very contradictory. If something is real, it shouldn't be controlled. Like if you go on any website, you have to accept the cookies or you can decline. But you have to accept to have full access to the website. So everything is controlled. Like we have nothing, we have no choice. We're basically selling our information to third parties by force. Like you can't even talk about certain things on the internet. You can't say certain words unless your video will be removed or demonetized. So Truman always had a desire to go to Fiji, but you know, because this is not according to Christof's script, he's always creating some kind of scenario to, you know, snap him back, saying that, you know, you can't leave this world that I've created for you. One of the events Christof created is a trauma for like the sea, because the only way you can get out is basically take a boat and leave. Like, so Christof created like a trauma just to kind of get him not to leave Sea Haven. On a boat with his father, and the father fell into the sea, and from that day on he's been afraid to get into a boat. So his life has literally been controlled from birth. Like, he can't do anything, he can't get out of there. The fake dad appears out of nowhere and Truman becomes confused, and it goes to the father, but you know, immediately, like, obviously because everybody's fake, the actor, they took him off because he's not even supposed to be there. The only person that told Truman the truth when he was in college is Lauren, and her real name is Sylvia. She tells him the truth, and immediately she was cut off the show.
They're pretending, Truman. Do you understand?
Who are you?
I'm her father.
What?
I've never even seen you before.
Do everything.
No.
Hypnotism, everything.
Don't
Shock
listen to him,
therapy.
Truman.
Don't worry. Don't worry.
So the devil is exposed. If you're working according to the script, there's definitely a communication between the people and the producers. So one day,
he's heading west on Stewart. Stand by all extras. Making his turn onto Lancaster Square. Oh my God! He knew his knowledge. Something's wrong. Change frequencies.
I guess we picked up a police frequency or something. It sometimes happens, and it can drive you crazy.
so my man paused for a bit. He's like, what is going on? So he basically realizes that, you know, there's something going on here. Like, this is really weird. Another aspect of the show that I find very, like, this is a good highlight is, you know, he went back home to, like, his fake people. Like, we know everybody's fake. He went to, like, his mother, and he started to say, you know, I saw my dad. Like, and then she's like, no, like, it's all fake. Like, you know, you just imagine things. Like, I see your dad all the time. Then they're like, oh, you know, because they're trying to snap him out. Like, it's finally getting to a realization of, it's finally kind of snapping out this fabricated life. And then they decided to put on a show, which is called The Golden Oldies, and that's his favorite show. This part of the show is manipulating him not to be himself, not to seek the truth, just to kind of put the show on to kind of say, you know, maybe it's just me.
A hymn of praise to small town life, where we learn that you don't have to leave home to discover what the world's all about.
What I want to highlight is what they said. They said, you don't have to leave home to know what the world is about. So that's another manipulation of Christof to not get him to go to Fiji that he wants to go to. So it's like he's done so many aspects. The other one was like the trauma, but now it's in the actual media, saying don't leave home kind of vibe. And we can say that to everything that we watch. Like, there's always some kind of agenda in the shows that we watch. Like, it's very hard to find shows that doesn't have an agenda. So yeah, the agenda they're trying to pull off here is to get him to stay there, not to seek the truth, just to say, yeah, it's not a big deal. But Truman said, no, I'm gonna get out of this bondage by fire, by force.
How can I help?
I would like to book a flight to Fiji.
When would you like to leave?
Today.
I'm sorry, I don't have anything for at least a month.
A month? Hi.
Sorry, son.
So why would you want to go there?
Because I never have. That's why people go places, isn't it?
Would you believe that? Truman, go back!
What now?
Plant. You had to shut her down.
Is there any way around? Hold it. Thank you for your help. You're welcome, Truman.
The devil is exposed again. He said his name, and then he's like, what? Like, I don't know you. How do you know my name? So Christof decides, actually, we're gonna bring back the father. Although he did come before. I think it actually came to warn Truman, but obviously Christof shut him up. So next we get an interview with Christof, to boost his ego because he's that guy.
220 countries tuned in for his first step, unedited, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
This now as we go live to the Lunar Room on the 221st floor of the greatest televisionary, the designer and architect of the world within a world that is Sea Haven Island. Know how demanding your schedule is, and we all know how jealously you guard your privacy.
We know how jealousy you guard your privacy, which is hypocrisy. It's basically invade the whole privacy of a human being who's unaware that his privacy is being invaded. Everything we do is tracked. Our phone can probably hear everything we're saying. Our privacy. We don't have privacy anymore. But the people who are doing this to us, they guard their privacy jealously.
As Truman grew up, we were forced to manufacture ways to keep him on the island.
Hi.
Silver calls him for who he really is.
You're a liar and a manipulator, and what you've done to Truman is sick.
A normal life. The world, the place you live in, is the sick place.
Truman is missing and the creator, nobody knows where he is. When you want to get out of bondage and captivity, you gotta play smart. We don't know where it is. They're trying to find him. So now everybody exposes themselves. Everybody exposes themselves because they're getting everyone to find where he is, even the fake actors and everything. Christof even manipulates the weather. So he's like, we need to find Truman as soon as possible. So he told them to switch on the sun. And then everyone's looking at the time like, what time is it? Like, no, this should be nice. We should be sleeping, but the creator is looking for his son, so he's like, turn it up to the sun. Turn it up. Turn up, make it day. It turns night to day. Very symbolic to trying to be God. We're all aware that Truman has a fear of the sea because of what happened with his dad. And everyone believes Truman would not be able to do it. But he said, no, I will face my fears to get out of here as soon as possible. He's on the boat, sailing away because he needs to get out of here. So remember Christof said that he can leave anytime he wants, you can seek out the truth, we don't really care, but he wants to stay here. Christof starts to get shaky, so he started to create some horrible situations such as storm, waves. He's saying him to turn up the storm, turn up the wind, turn up everything just to get him to go back. And they were like, we can't let him die. Everyone's watching this live.
Is that the best you can do? You're gonna have to kill me!
Increase the wind.
Increase the wind! Very close. Capsize him. Tip him over. Damn you, Christof!
No, you can't. He's tied himself to the boat.
Shut up!
Truman finally drowns and everyone believes he's kind of dead. And I don't know why they're switching the camera to Christof, trying to say his emotion dies. His fake son died. No, because you're technically the one creating this. So he created so many. So it contradicts what he said. He said he can leave anytime and they're not going to do anything. But they're basically creating so many situations for him not to leave. He needs to make money. I think it's even more than money. He just loves power. Which is basically how a lot of the tech giants are. If tech giants are people like governments or anything, it's over for you. Because they are they're the mini god of this of the world. So the final saga, Truman has finally reached the end of this horrible Sea Haven captivity. So Truman wakes up because he said, I will not die. I must see the real world that God has created. I must exit. So Truman wakes up. He's finally reached the end of Sea Haven. So now this is the first time they get to speak. Obviously, he just found out Christof is depicted he's talking from heaven, which is definitely God vibes that he's trying to give.
Who are you? I am the creator of a television show that gives hope and joy. And then who am I? You're the star. There's no more truth out there than there is in the world I created for you. Same lives. But in my world, you have nothing to fear. I know you better than you know yourself. I have been watching you your whole life. You can't leave, Truman.
And it talks to him saying, you know, I know you more than you know yourself. Like, I've created this world for you where you're kind of the main character. Like, this world is safe for you. So it basically shows how, and like the words he's saying there are pleasing to the ears. He's living in a world where he's the main character, where nothing bad will happen to him as is depicted. The deceit is sounding promising. Like, if you hear that, you know, you're gonna say, yeah, I might just go back. Many things I was seeing in the media, they're really not good, but they're, you know, the marketing, the visual, you know, using plastic surgery, all these things that we see all the time that look good, sound good, but they're not good. It's like, it's basically saying, like, do you want to stay where, you know, you can kind of do whatever you want and chill vibes, or do you want to go like to the dark place? And, you know, another was very deceitful as well, which is, it takes a step up. Then it speaks to, you know, the fake god. And then the door that he's going into is dark. And then that dark door he's going to is the light. So it's just very deceiving because, you know, you're going into the light, but it's depicted as a dark place, which is basically what Christof is telling him. Like, you know, that place is a sick world. Like, what is so serious? Like, that place is, you know, where you're living is a sick world, but this world that I created is the best. I mean, it's called Sea Haven, you know? So deceit can sometimes sound promising. Deceit can sound like the best place ever, but it's not. Seek the truth. So Christof's like, okay, what's your response to everything that I'm selling you? And the reply is so funny.
In case I don't see ya. Good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
So at the end of the day, like, everything is a choice. It's a choice. So Truman had the willpower to say, no. I will not listen to your deceit. You have deceived me for 35 years. Cut the cameras. Cut the cameras. That's what it is. The cameras are cut because Truman is like, I'm out. I'm out to search for the truth. I'm out.